Howdy. It's so nice to be here. So, I want to share some things about today. What if I told you the best way to support the worried parents is to stop focusing on the parents? So, think about the times when the school bus stopped coming for the very last time. For a lot of families, it's a feeling of celebration. But for families of children with disabilities, that may feel like standing at the edge of the cliff, when all those familiar faces, when the routine, when the schedules are fading away. As the educators, our default setup was trying to help, right? We rush to that edge of the cliff. We're trying to spot that anxieties from the parents. We say, don't worry, we got this. We got a plan. But is that working? You can still tell that from the parental facial expression and their body language. They will nod, they will appreciate, they still call, they still check in, they still visit. Their anxiety just like a constant hum in the background. That falls flat from our words. So I was thinking, what's happening here? Is that a communication issue? No, it's actually a neuroscience problem. The parental brain has been hardwired for years to protect their child. And now it's running an alarm system, telling them you need to get up and fight because there's so much uncertainty in front of you and your child might be in danger. And we as educators, it's impossible for us to simply turn off that alarm system by telling the parents that, don't worry, we got a plan, we got this. It needs to be shown that the danger has passed. It needs proof. My research was designed to identify that proof. I follow parents of youth with disabilities over a year during the high-tech transition to post-secondary lives, trying to search for that active ingredients that actually works. And guess what? Here's what I found. The most effective predictors of the parental improved anxieties was not our support. It was actually the moments of their child demonstrate independence. It was not just about the time when their son and daughters navigate the bus route in the community for the first time. It was also the time when their child coming home with a setback, getting frustrated and saying, hey mom, hey dad, that didn't work today. But you know what? I got a plan for tomorrow. That was the moments of demonstrate the resilience. That is the most powerful evidence of all. And I call that as the evidence-based hope model, which was grounded with two pillars: success and resilience. Success shows the parents that their child is capable. But watching their child navigate the very small but supportive failures shows the parents that their child is durable. And each of this just provide the proof to the parents that their child doesn't need a constant rescue from them. And each of these little pieces of the evidence just provide a very concrete data to the parental brains, telling them it's the time that you can start to reset up the alarm system. You can start to rewire your neural pathway from this is the situation of the constant threats to no, this is just a manageable challenge. You can do this. And that's a game changer. When the parental brains has no longer been hijacked by the fear, they can finally start to partner with us as the educators. And that also changed everything about our job. Our job as the educators, our most important roles for the parents is not just being a cheerleaders. It's also being an architect for their children's evidence-generating moments. So you may ask me, so with all this finding, what are we going to do? First, we need to move from reassurance to evidence. Instead of just telling the parents that, your kids got this, we got a plan, don't worry. This is flat, right? We need to provide the opportunities for their child to prove it. Develop the safe-to-fail scenario where the child can really prove it in front of their parents. Second, coach the child to do the public win. Start to empower the students to do and lead some of their educational planning meeting. Just start from 5 minutes or even one. Helping the student to share about their interests, their preference, their needs, or even their future goals in front of their parents, that provide much more tangible reassurance to the parents than we as educators talking hourly to their families. Parents will always carry concerns. We all get that. That is just the nature of love. But with these strategies, and of course with the time and love, their worries no longer has to be the dominant of the force. It can start to coexist with a growing sense of trust and optimism. And think back, if the school bus stopped coming, the parents may still feel the pull to the edge of the cliff, but they're no longer frozen by fear because they have seen the evidence. They have been walked alongside with their children through the cycle of trying, struggling, setting back, but also moving forward. And with this, the family can start to identify their new balance, expanding their roles from just the protectors to also a guide, a collaborator, and a partner. Thank you.